everybody. Welcome back to Modern Monarchy. I don't know what that was, but it happened.
It's when you say
Today.
key, it's like a key change.
Oh, that's what it was. That's what it
Yeah.
was. 100% did that on purpose. Today we're going to talk about Royal Cyphers. Do you know what a
Ooh,
cipher is?
no.
Okay,
Do I?
so it's essentially like the monarch or whoever it is, their initials, but it's
Oh.
usually um like their initial and like a crown over the top, or if you're like
Hmm.
a prince or a princess, you'll have like your initial with a little coronet over the top because
Oh.
they don't wear crowns, they wear coronets, which I will tell you the difference in another episode. Uh,
Oh. We all got to come back now.
okay, so these are royal ciphers. These are Elizabeth's royal cipher. The definition of a cipher is a monarch's monogram, typically combining initials, numbers, and a crown. For a brief second, I was gonna get into the nitty gritty of what is the difference between a monogram and a cipher. And then after this, if I use them interchangeably, oh well, this
Get
it's
over
not
it.
it's not super important, but if you would like to know, now you know. Um, a monogram is a couple of letters, like two or three letters that are put together in an artistic fashion. But if you were to remove one of the letters, the rest of the letters don't work anymore. So, like on this
Oh.
first one, there's a V, and the right side of the V is the back of the R. So if you took the V out, the R wouldn't be complete anymore.
Got it. It would just be a weird squiggle.
Right. So a cipher, the letters are combined, but they can stand on their own. So the picture on the right has an S snaking through the letter R, but if you took the S out, the R still exists.
Right. And vice versa.
And now you know, and then you can just forget about it because I'm probably gonna screw them up.
That's fair. I feel like you'd also have to like take a hot second and be like, okay, wait, is this a cipher or is this a monogram?
Exactly.
Also,
No.
funny that we use monogram in like a totally different context now. Like if I think about a monogram, I'm not thinking about that. You know? Do you know how like most monograms are like it's like the three letters and the middle letter is your last like the initial of your last name.
And it's the big one.
Yeah. But like obviously those things stand alone.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I mean. Like it's just funny to me that I'm like, oh, isn't it funny that like when we typically talk about a monogram, that's what we're thinking of.
Also because like these are artfully like entwined with each other, and
Right?
our monograms don't normally do that. They're
Not even
three distinct
close. It's
letters.
just letters. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's another reason why I'm not going to be super judgmental on whether or not either one of us says cipher when we are looking at a monogram.
Deal.
So, one of the reasons we think that ciphers might be used by monarchs is obviously you put it on government buildings, on uniforms, on post boxes, on stationery, and it was a way to like mark who was monarch at the time that this thing was made, or to mark something that belongs to the monarch, and they have their sigil stamped on it, like the
Mm.
stationery.
Yeah.
It was a way of marking who is monarch at the time without using the royal crest, which is what I have on the screen. On the left side is the royal crest of Queen Elizabeth, and on the right is the royal crest of King Charles. Can you spot the differences?
In terms of design or like, because let's see, we look like, so our crowns are a little different.
Mm-hmm.
That's like what I noticed right off the bat.
And then other than that, it's like the bottom's drawn differently, but it's essentially the same thing.
Well, that's why I asked about like design choice versus whatever, because it really is the
Yeah.
same design. They just like updated it a little. Right. And 98% of it is the same.
Yeah, so if you saw that out in the wild,
Right.
you wouldn't be like, "Oh, I know whose crest that is," because they're
Right.
essentially the same thing.
Yeah, you'd have to really look and then go, okay, well, this one was Elizabeth and this one's Charles.
Yeah. So this
Oh, is
is
this? I was
is
going to say, I'm like,
Charles's
he's a fancy guy.
this is Charles's cipher. It was designed by Tim Node. Charles himself selected his cipher from a series of designs that were prepared by Tim Node in the College of Arms. And they are in charge of all things like heraldry, whether it's ciphers, monograms, crests, coats of arms, uh, just titles in general.
What a
I
fun
think,
job.
yeah. I mean, to me, all this stuff is like make believe. You know what I mean?
Kinda.
The nice thing. So one of the things that the cipher kind of does is it just kind of, in a very subtle way, it just makes like the monarch seems like they're everywhere.
Mm-hmm. I also like looking at this too. Like, I love how like basic it is to be like, this guy had to design this. And it's like, his crown is his crown for the most part, right? Like, it's gonna look like what his crown looks like.
Like,
And there's,
yep, I was gonna say you have options.
I guess, but at the same time, it's like, okay, there's only so many ways you can arrange two letters and a number.
Hmm. So the things that you need to have, I think I kind of said this before, but you have obviously have the first initial of the monarch's first name. And then you have the letter R, which is going to stand for, do you know? Do you know? Any chance? You know?
Regent?
Close. It's the Latin word rex for a king,
Mm,
or regina for queen. Um, some people say Regina. I don't want to say Regina.
that, no, it's not.
I'm gonna say Regina. You can have your letters kind of intertwined like this. You can have them back to back facing in opposite directions. They could just be next to each other like normal. See, all these fun options.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like, yeah, there's a lot of options, but at the same time, there's not a lot of
Yeah,
options.
there's not a ton. And then for the crown, usually they choose either the St. Edward's crown, which is the one that you're coronated with, or the Tudor crown, which technically doesn't exist anymore. So we think that Charles chose the Tudor crown because it's a more traditional option
Okay.
than the St. Edward's. Because Charles loves some old stuff. He loves
I was going to
tradition.
say, he is a big history guy.
He loves it. So usually you'll see just, one cipher on someone's uniform or whatnot. But the royal family have the ciphers on their epaulets on the uniform on the shoulder. And since most of the senior or all of the senior royals were around when Elizabeth was still queen, they still hold on to her cipher and they just add Charles.
Oh,
which I
interesting.
think is going to get real interesting if Charles goes anytime soon, and then everybody has to start wearing three ciphers.
Right? Well, so where do they put it? Do they all have to be in the same line? Like,
I don't
would you put
know.
it
We
below
start
here?
doing a like a triangle, maybe.
Right? Has that ever happened before?
Three? Yeah, I guess so, because when King George V died, it was then Edward VIII for a year, and he did get a cipher, even though he was king for less than a year and didn't even have a coronation. He did get a cipher, but I don't think anybody would wear it. And then a year later, you have King George VI, who was king for not a very long time. And then you had Queen Elizabeth. So at that time, there were people that had multiple ciphers on their uniforms. And you remember from the fashion episode, I believe, where we were talking about white tie events, how the women usually have the sash, and then on it they have like the monarch's honor ribbon,
Hmm.
where they'll have a certain colored ribbon with a hand painted portrait of the monarch. And then when the next monarch comes in, they get their own special honors with another specific colored ribbon and a picture. So every time there's a new monarch, the senior royals get another ribbon to put on their white
Another
tie
Pokemon card to trade.
attire. Yes. Gotta catch 'em all. Okay, so we got some examples of a duel. So so the one on the left is E for Elizabeth, P for Philip, with the St. Edward's crown over the top. And then on the right, you have two C's for Charles and Camilla, with an R going through the middle for Rex and Regina, with the Tudor crown over the top, because that's what Charles chose. See how
Interesting.
like this is in a different font from what Charles's singular cipher is,
Right.
and it more goes along with Camilla's. Did I put it in here?
I was like, what's
Oh,
Camilla's look like?
I'm trying. Oh,
Ooh, whose is that?
I know. Hold on, that's my favorite.
We did. Yeah, show me and then take it away.
So I can't. I apparently didn't put Camilla's cipher on here, but it's the same font as the dual cipher. So I think it was
Oh my
interesting.
god. Do you know what Camilla's looks like? The Crown Royal like
Oh,
liquor. I'm not even I'm not even kidding. It looks like that
I wonder
font.
if Camilla likes Crown Royal.
So obviously, so this is it's a Crown Royal logo. This one's even on a bag that looks like the Crown Royal
Oh
bag.
my god.
Does this not a little bit look? You can't tell me. Like her, she's definitely curlier, right? Like we've got
Yeah.
some more curly cues going on. But like you can't tell me
Especially the one that's purple background with gold letters.
this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should
Oh, hold
start a conspiracy that Camilla is obsessed with Crown
on.
Royal.
With Crown Royal. That was the first thing I thought. I couldn't. I instantly I was like, oh, looks like Crown Royal.
That's
And it's funny
excellent.
because like I was like, oh, is it just the CR? But like I'm not getting that from
No,
their
it's
joint one.
yeah, it's the C and the R and like the wispiness and the gold and the crown. It's
And the
all of it.
purple. Anyways.
And the purple bag. You know what you could
Okay, so
put in that purple bag?
what?
Some coins for Maundy Monday? Or was it Maundy Thursday? The Maundy Thursday? I think
God.
it's Thursday because it's the beginning of the holiday weekend.
Maundy Thursday. Good job.
I remembered one thing.
You did. Congratulations.
Excellent. I want to know who designed Elizabeth and Phillips because it's
Pathetic?
crazy boring. Crazy boring. Uh, luckily, they don't use the shared ciphers all that often.
Good for them, I guess. Okay, show me the one
Okay,
that you accidentally showed me.
so
Who is this?
this one, this is not modern monarchy. This is King William and Queen Mary, who were
Oh.
like co-monarchs.
But also, like, thinking about those two letters between the M and the W, and then, I mean, I can see in the stone, too, where you have the
The
R's.
R's, the R's on both
Yeah.
sides. Yeah.
Right?
And like the
Love it.
W is the reverse of an M, so they come together and they make this little hatch pattern. It's
Super
so
cool.
pretty. I love it.
It's really aesthetically pleasing.
It really is. He also went with the St. Edward's crown instead of the Tudor crown. How fun.
What's next?
These are just different variations of the same cipher.
Oh, right. So we have VRI, the verse. So Victor. No.
Close.
Vincent?
It's a
Victoria. Queen
lady.
Victoria.
So Victoria, and then the R is Regina, and then
Right.
the I.
Is the first. Oh,
No,
it's not?
it's an I, like the letter I for.
Oh.
Oh God, I know that the male version is Imperator, and the female version is Imperatrix, which is Latin for empress, because she was also the empress of India.
Got it.
Yeah. So now we're gonna go through Victoria through Charles and just kind of like quickly identify different aspects of each cipher. So you'll notice that Queen Victoria uses the St. Edward's crown because it's got the arches.
hmm
She has the R and the I because she's a queen and an empress. And then the next one is Edward the Seventh. Can you make out the letters?
We've got E. We've got R. Is this supposed to be like an S in the middle?
No, there's just two letters.
Oh, it's just the E and the R. Okay. I was like, is there supposed to be something else? And then the second. Or the seventh. Yeah.
Seventh. And then the crown is the Tudor crown. And then George the Fifth, which this one comes up in a couple of different variations as well, but that's kind of a spoiler for later in the slideshow.
Okay.
Anyways, what do you see on his?
He also has the Tudor crown.
And a G and an R and the Roman numeral 5.
Yeah.
And then Edward the Eighth, the failure.
Which is incredibly noticeable based off of the font they chose for this one.
It's very interesting how many examples I could find of this cipher when he was only king for less than a year.
He really
It's in
liked graphic design.
Okay, so what do you see on this one?
ER8.
What kind of crown?
Oh, the Tudor is the one with the arc.
Yeah, the one
Right.
big arc.
Yeah.
The dome. This is
George
I'm
the
gonna let
Sixth,
there you go.
also with a Tudor crown.
Yeah. This one was interesting to me because Prince Philip's.
Ooh.
I've seen Prince Philip's, which is the one on the right side of the screen now. It has two P's back to back in reverse directions. And they, to me, they almost kind of look like swords.
I could see that.
But then I saw King George VI, who's Elizabeth's dad. I saw his cipher, and I was like, that P looks a little bit like an awful lot like the R
It really
on
does. It's
George's.
really close. It's just missing that little tail for the bottom of the R that goes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know
So I
exactly what
thought
you mean.
that was I don't know if he did that on purpose to be representing her dad in a way in his own cipher, but it seemed kind of cute.
If it is for that, then yeah.
Might be too cute. Might just be me. I think you know this one.
Yeah, ER the second. And this is a St. Edward's crown.
Yeah. I can't wait to do the episode on crowns. It's going to be great. And then Charles, we have a bunch of different options that he has depending on where he is or where the cipher is located. I'm pretty sure that Elizabeth also had different crowns depending on where the cipher was in the world because the ciphers show up all over the Commonwealth.
Mm-hmm.
And
Big
it's
fan of the
in
Canadian one with the leaves.
the leaves. Yeah, so what we're looking at, if you're listening, this is a rather difficult episode to do
Yeah.
for listening.
Yeah, good
Oh,
luck, listeners.
if this episode isn't working for the listening only audience, let us know, and I just won't do that again, and we'll just put these on YouTube.
Like, just do, like, visual only.
Well, not visual only. We are still talking.
Like,
Yeah, what we're looking at is Charles's regular cipher in the UK with the Tudor crown on top. When it's in Canada, where he's King of Canada, he has the Canadian royal crown over the top, which, as Cassie pointed out, has lovely maple leaves on it. Everything that comes from Canada that like they're trying to represent for all sorts of royal things, they always have the maple leaf on it. And I'm always like, didn't you guys have anything else? Like
honestly, that's what cracks me up. Is it's like we have
one
literally.
other thing?
It's like, okay, so remember, I'm the horse girl of the family, so everybody just gets me horse. If there's a horse on it, they get it for me. For you, for a long time, owls. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Canada's like, okay, the only thing we know about you is maple leaf.
Maple leaf. You
So
guys are maple.
that's what we got for you. That's all we got.
Yeah.
We don't know anything else about you.
The King of Canada might. Maybe.
Mm.
And then when his cipher is in Scotland, it has the Crown of Scotland on top. Okay. Um,
Is this Catherine and
so
William?
this is Catherine and William, and they have their little coronet on top. They don't have an R because obviously they are not king or queen. And usually you'll see this on stationery or like probably maybe sometimes like paperwork that has to do with a project that they represent. But usually I've just seen this on stationery.
Got it.
And you don't see them a lot, especially this dual cipher on the end where it's just the C on top of the W, which looks really weird to me.
And it's also not even like similar to the letters they have individually.
Right, they're a little different.
They're pretty darn different.
I also like I why couldn't they figure out how to intertwine them? Number one, and
Right.
number two, I find it interesting that Catherine's on top. I don't know if that means anything.
Also, why is the sea gray? Like, why is the sea gray when everything else is black? Like, there's no other gray in the photo, so it feels weird.
Yeah.
Like, I would understand if there was like some gray in the coronet, you know? Like you're
Mm,
incorporating that color from somewhere else, but it feels very out of place.
yeah, no. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of these, and maybe that's why I don't see them a lot of places.
Because you're not the only one.
And then I included Meghan and Harry's because theirs, it always, when I see their dual one, I always think it's just Meghan.
Yeah, the H is pretty lost in there. Like, I can appreciate that they really do go together.
They really did, like,
Um,
they look, like, the letters look almost exactly the same as the
right.
single cipher, and they smashed them together perfectly. But it literally just looks like it's Megan's, and I think that's appropriate because I think she's in charge.
I totally agree.
Um, and then I was just showing you that what some of the royals do, and I think this might be a full peerage thing. If you have your name or your title at the top or your cipher at the top of your stationery and you're writing a letter to a close friend who like knows you on a first name basis, they'll cross it off at the top. So there's like no errors while I'm sending you a personal letter.
Oh, interesting.
No examples of Megan doing that.
Shocker.
Okay, now we're gonna play a game.
Okay.
Guess that cipher.
Woo. Okay. This is King
So
Edward. Oh,
wait. You have to tell us what letters you're looking at because people can't
okay.
see. You have
Okay.
to tell us what numbers you see, what type of crown, if there is one, and then who do you think it is?
Okay. We've got
Letter,
E.
number, crown, who?
Okay. We've got E. We've got R. We've got a 2. So this is also. Do the numbers on the side where it says 1806 to 1976? No, because that
I
would
think
be.
that's just the build.
That would
I
also
don't
be
know what that is for.
170 years, and that doesn't make sense. So, okay, I'm going to go with Elizabeth II.
Also doesn't have a crown.
It does not have a crown. Sorry, I should have said, I did not make that clear.
But okay, that was good. It was a relatively easy one. I just also liked it because the 2 is not Roman numeral. It's just
Right?
a regular 2 hanging out on the E for some reason.
Like, oh, we have to fit this in here somewhere. Okay,
Okay,
we've got
letters,
an E and an R, and our numbers
number,
are 8.
and
So
a
I'm going,
crown.
oh, the crown. Oh, we've got a dome, which makes it a Tudor crown.
Yeah.
And so this is, I'm going a King Edward VIII.
Yeah.
Woo! I'm 2 for 2.
It's in the brick, man. He was gonna leave soon. What are you doing?
Ooh,
Okay,
okay.
letters.
We've got E, we've got R, we've got 7 for our numeral with a Tudor crown.
Yes.
So is this Edward the Seventh?
Yes. This
Ooh,
one's a little trickier because it's a little plain.
we've also got, so we're G, R, and it looks like maybe I can't tell if this is domed. Like it looks domed like a Tudor crown, but I can't tell if the shading is weird.
Let me see if can I zoom in on a slide?
Because I can't tell if that white is supposed to be like
Jesus
space.
Christ. I can't get any closer.
Okay, so
I
I
think
guess
it's the Tudor crown.
okay.
I think.
Do you see what I mean though? Where like there's that little bit of like white space where I'm like,
Like it could be 2 arches, but it also
yeah,
could just be 1.
yeah.
If I could
So
zoom in, I would, but I can't. So we'll just say Tudor.
okay, and we've got a G, but no numbers. So
Exactly.
just King George the First.
It's not King George the
Oh,
First.
okay. So we've got a
So
G.
post box is the cipher on the post box is who was the monarch when that post box was put in. And that is way too modern
Right. So
of a
who
post
else would?
box for George the First.
I don't know, man. So who would G be?
It is a George.
Is it? Oh, so it's which one is um Queen Elizabeth's dad? He's George
It's
the.
the sixth.
Okay, is this him?
No, it's
Oh,
her grandpa. It's George the fifth.
okay. Well, there's no five. I have no
I
other
thought that
point of
was
reference.
I thought that was interesting that like there is no five, and I don't know if that is just because like why would you not put the five?
Right? This is very confusing. This feels like a trick.
Like it's he didn't decide to put that cipher on the post office box on the post box. So like it
You think somebody
wasn't
forgot it?
it wasn't like he knows. He wasn't like everybody knows which King George you're talking about. Just put a freaking G on it. But I'm sorry. I was just imagining the king saying frickin'. Just put a frickin' G on it. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why you wouldn't put the five, but it was an
Right?
interesting choice. And then the last one,
Is an M and an M, and there's no numbers, but it is a Saint. What? Oh my God, Edmund.
Edward.
Edward. I don't know why my brain just was like, forget that. And it's the
Delete.
modern monarchy logo.
It's almost like I've researched this before. It
Maybe.
might have something to do with the logo of the podcast.
I
Specifically chose the St. Edward crown to be like Elizabeth.
gotcha. I love that. I guess I didn't. I just was like, oh, this is very pretty. I did not
Excellent.
realize that there was history behind it, and now I know. I've learned
That we have a
something.
cipher
We have a
and we
cipher.
can and we can start putting it on things.
We could. We should get mailboxes.
We should start. Oh, it's blue like our post boxes.
Yeah, that's why I was like, it does. You put a post
I'm gonna
office
start
box.
making stickers and just slap it on post boxes.
Love this plan. Technically, like the U.S. Postal Service is funded by tax dollars, so like they're ours.
They are. We're their boss.
Yeah,
And as epically short as this podcast is gonna be, that's all I
that's
got.
amazing. I love that. I like show and tell. I also liked guess that cipher.
Guess that cipher.
Cipher. Is it Queen Camilla or is it Crown Royale?
Next time we'll do that.
I really hope AI gives you some sort of BS like clickbait worthy like title that's like Queen Camilla is a Crown Royale fiend.
She's a drunk.
Yeah. That's how she got stuck in the elevator that one time.
Isn't Which again, we're the main source for that information.
She got stuck
According
in
to
there because
Google
she
AI.
didn't press a button.
Because she was drunk on Crown Royal.
You heard it
You heard it
first,
here,
folks.
guys. Whoa, that was weird. You heard it here, but first, Queen Camilla is a lush.
But only for Crown Royale.
I like the word lush because it's drunk but fancy.
Drunk but fancy. All right.
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you all so much for joining us.
Oh, especially Kate.
Shout out, Kate.
Shout out.
Let it all out.
So, if you like this little podcast, which I think for other people is kind of long, if you enjoyed this episode, please give it a like or whatever you do on whatever platform you're on.
And guess what? We're not going to
Follow.
leave your platform.
Subscribe, We're here for the long run.
We've made it past the year mark, and like, isn't that like, what's the
Have
stat about? We haven't made it past the year mark, but like, what's the statistic where it's like most podcasts die after like, is it a year?
I think it's like 10 episodes.
Oh, then we're crushing it.
And I think this is technically episode 19, but we've also got like other side videos that have happened in the meantime, in between time.
Yeah. Many shows have under 10 episodes.
Aha!
So we're doing really great. Good for us.
We're killing it. So, we're gonna go. But make sure to like and subscribe. I think I've said like 4 or 5 times now. And
And we'll see you next week, because now we're doing that.
we will see you next week. You don't have to wait 2 weeks to a month.
Here's hoping.
We're still here. It's just sometimes there's snowstorms and the other one of us is ill. So,
Or then there were holidays, and we do actually work for money.
oh my gosh, don't even start.
Yeah.
This we do for free.
Yeah. And for fun.
We will see you next week. Everybody have a great week. Until then, goodbye.
Bye.
I declare before you all that my whole life, whether it be long or short, shall be devoted to your service and to the service of our great imperial family to which we all belong.
As the Queen herself did with such unswerving devotion, I too now solemnly pledge myself, throughout the remaining time God grants me, to uphold the constitutional principles at the heart of our nation.
I commit myself to serve you all, King, country, and Commonwealth. God save the King.